Mabuhay! I'm Eugenia Moraleda, and you're watching Landscapes of Learning. Today, let's talk our discussion on scales from pentatonic and then major. But now, we're going to listen to some songs quite the opposite in one way and quite related in another way. We'll find out. But before we go there, let me ask you some questions. What makes you sad? What can you do about it? What have you done about it? Or what will you do about it? Is it something you want? You wanted? Or is it something you need? Is it about people? Is it about things? Now, we don't want to go deep into the discussion. Let's just start with listening to one of the songs, which, try to guess, is it major or minor? What do you think? Is it a major scale? A minor scale? Does it sound happy or sad? Now, if you think you feel it is sad or somber, do you know the difference between a happy sound and a sad sound? If we compared it to the study of major scales, remember this sound? Remember your 3, 4, 7, and 8? Now this song, if I played it, 2, 3, 4, the difference of that, first the major and then the minor, which sounds brighter, which sounds somber? Okay, now listen again to I'm a Wayfaring Stranger. Let's try to read the lyrics. What do you mean by stranger? When do you feel like a stranger? Now, did you ever, or do you know of someone who experienced being a stranger? Meaning a parent or a relative who was caught by the COVID-19 abroad? Did he felt like a stranger, a foreigner? How about some Filipinos who were floating, you would call it, because they could not be accepted first in our country because of the virus of COVID-19. These are situations which somehow strange feeling, and this time a somber feeling was felt by different people. How about you? When did you feel like a stranger? Now, the song "I Am a Wayfaring Stranger" is a spiritual. Would you know the meaning of a spiritual? Well, it is a different, you call it genre or a kind of song, but they were sung initially by slaves, Negro slaves in the States, who could not find work, who were really starving, who were slaves who came from Africa, bought by some people, some rich, we call them hacienderas, and they worked in the fields. Now they were so afraid to go back to their native land. And what happened was that whatever suffering, whatever pain they were feeling, whatever, call it, a complaint or prayer to a supreme being, were found in songs, because they were sure that the owners or the hacienderos or the managers in the plantation would not really understand them. That's why they will call it spiritual. It's of the spirit that they were saying. In this particular song, they're speaking of heaven, they're speaking of a father, but even if they are a bit suffering or they are sad, there is a tinge of bright sound there. I would call it hope. Now that is what is unique about being sad. Even if there is some kind of sadness, always, somewhere, you have to find there is a bright side to your sadness. Now that is common among our spiritual songs. Now listen to the next one. This is not a spiritual, but just listen to it. The kind of sadness that it expressed. Green sleeves. Green sleeves. Now let's listen to a second song. Again, try to see or to listen if it is in the major scale or the minor scale. What do you think? Is this about the suffering of a tribe or a slave? Or is it some kind of pain, like missing someone, a lady love at least. Now try to look at the lyrics and find out the difference between who is singing I'm a poor wayfaring and who is singing Green Sleeves. Alas, my love, me wrong to cast my off, and I love green sleeves, my delight, green sleeves. So what do you think? Who is Green Sleeves? Is that a lady love? And is the singer someone who loves Green Sleeves and is more or less feeling a bit somber or sad? He is supposed to be rejected. Now that is Green Sleeves. Next exercise, we will be looking at another kind of song. You determine if it is natural, harmonic, or melodic. Now, what are the types of minor songs? First, you have the natural minor. That's at the top. So, if we start, as in this case, it is 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the sound of a minor. If it were major, it would have been. That's major. Now the D minor, which is a relative of F major, the sound, the different sounds from the major D or the D minor. The major D has two sharps. Here we have a minor D, which is a relative to the F. So you have So now, how will you differentiate a natural minor from a harmonic minor? Well, the formula is easy. If it's 2, 3, 5, 6, in the harmonic, it's still the same. 3, 4, 5, 6, but that's the 6. 7. Why? 2, 3 is EF. Remember, EF is always a half step. Half step, but that is A, B flat. That's why you have a flat sign. Then, 7 should also be a half step to the 8. Like that. Okay, so harmonic melodic minor is again the natural minor, which is 2, 3, 5, 6, but this time you raise the 7th tone. That's why I said earlier that it sounds a little bit major, but the mood is more or less sad, which is quite different from a major scale. Now, to the third type of minor scale, we have the melodic minor. Again, from the formula of the natural minor, which is again 2, 3, 5, 6, when you go up, you have a natural minor, or probably better, a harmonic minor with a raised 6. So 2 notes are raised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of it goes to raised, then raised. Got that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Raised 6. Instead of this, you go 6. Then whole tone, raised 7. That's the melodic minor. In the melodic minor, we have to take care of the going up and then the going down. We repeat, melodic minor is harmonic, that is the raised 7th, but also with a raised 6th tone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See? This is more bright. So that's the reason it's so difficult to sound or to differentiate some minor scales, not the natural, but some minor scales from the major scales. So if we analyze, first we go into the mood, somber or what, but then sadness has a wide range. This is sadness which is just missing someone, sadness in which you feel desperate, or it's both. You're feeling desperate now, but you also feel that somehow there's some hope. So that's for your 3 minor scales: the natural minor, 2, 3, 5, 6 half steps; the harmonic minor, which is 2, 3, 5, 6, raise 7 and raise 6; and then the melodic, which is the 2, 3, 5, raise 6, 7 and natural going down. Question? Now you're going to listen to a next piece, determine if it is natural minor, if it is harmonic minor, or if it's melodic minor. It's a very simple song, and it reminds me of my mama, who had a favorite lullaby. I thought I was special because of that lullaby. But yeah, but the thing is, that lullaby was special because she kept singing it from the next sister to the next brother and so on. So among us, we know that this is her favorite lullaby. Okay, now this is a Visayan, I'm a Visayan lullaby. And from the lyrics, we don't even have to know that, because lullaby are supposedly quiet, simple, and a little bit sad. But there is some kind of hope that somehow, even if in your dreams, you may find something worth beautiful, sometimes it's so fantastically beautiful that you even think it's a dream. So I do not really know how this is connected, but I had a beautiful dream that I was walking, not a real forest, but near a forest, wherein before you enter that forest, there was a burned building. Why did I say burned? Because I could see the remaining, it was not repaired. No, I could see the columns, the posts, the stairs, and all that. But what was, I would call it, fantastic of that dream is that in a column, I did not see the lines or the hugeness of the stone, but what I saw was a spiraling uh, children moving up the that column, going up, and then there was, I don't really remember looking personally, but there was a mother, I would prefer it as the Virgin Mother, smiling at these kids. Well, at the time, I did not have any kid then. I was hoping for a kid, that's why I was going to that particular, I'd say not forest, somewhere here in Caloocan or something. But Caloocan or Antipolo, it's forested. But what I am saying is that that dream has stuck to me for so many years. And what was so beautiful about that dream is that when I woke up, I thought I was really dreaming because I could smell the scent of roses, roses, and roses. That is how a lullaby can give you those beautiful dreams. Now, listen again. It says here, dandan soy, bayaan ko ikaw. Bayaan is I'll be leaving you. Paali ako sa payaw. Ugaling kung ikaw, tidlawon ang payaw, imulang lang taon. I really don't know what a payaw is, no? Would you know? But what she is trying to tell the child is that should you miss me, just lang taon is to bring it down or to look at the payaw so that you will feel my presence, and then probably you will not miss me anymore. That is my translation of that beautiful song. At the time, of course, I didn't know what it really meant, even if I was Visayan. I was still a baby then. But my mama had a beautiful voice, and she was practically 60% of the couple, my papa, who wanted me to study music because she had a beautiful voice, thinking that I would also have a beautiful voice. Well, we'll not talk about that anymore. Okay, the next song is going to be a surprise. Try to see if it is major or minor. I will play only a part of it. Okay, it talks about a flower. Okay, the title of the song is May Isang Bulaklak. And this is also a good example of what we refer to as habanera, which has really influenced most of our folk songs. You notice it is the mode. It's different from your salidumay. This is different. You have sharps, flats, but try to determine if it is major or minor. Or if you think it's minor, further analyze if it is natural minor, harmonic minor, or melodic minor. Now our next discussion will be, how do you evaluate if a child or a learner has learned about minor scales? Well, the important thing is, first, one, the child should be able to distinguish the sound of a major and a minor. What makes a minor scale similar to a major scale if it is not the mood? What makes it different from a major scale? So we're looking at the tonal pattern, where you find your half steps. And then the last part is the lyrics. Although it's sad to say, not all lyrics justify the melody, but most of our songs, not of the present, but most of our songs really have a lyrics that is simply appropriate for at least the tones of the song. So I repeat, reverse mood, tonal pattern, and the oral differentiation of whether it is major, a happy sound, or a somber or sad sound, which is minor. Now, why did I give this to you? So that as teacher or tutors, this will be the skills that you'll be looking at as you discuss, as you listen, as you sing, as you analyze, as you feel the minor scales or minor scale sound of some songs. Good day. I hope you have no question and everything is just clear.